That's my cousin.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We on the dot 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
We right on time.
Shows time management.
Time management. Please, can I get a thumbs up if our sound is okay? Yay or nay, please. Sound is very important. Gabby, if you can, or Jihan, if you can just give us an indication. I just want to mention those who are in the room. Jihan and Jihan Mata, Kulsum Khan, Jack the Rip-Off CPT, Gabriella Mukensturum, Nadine October. Thank you so much for joining us. I first want to start off while we wait for more people to join. I just want to tell you about why I decided to start doing live videos with people, amazing humans who I feel are just such an encouragement to me, because I feel don't cry. Because I feel that there's so many people with so much to offer the world and so many amazing stories, and I don't have to look far because they are in my community and in my circle. And one of them is Tashreeka. She has been my friend for 17 years, and I want to pay forward and use this platform to lift others up and to encourage others with the amazing stories of women like Tashreeka, of humans like Tashreeka. So I feel that it's an honor to have her here on the platform with me. So thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for the opportunity.
I
asking me.
So I just wanted to give a little bit of an introduction. This platform is for good. It's for spreading women empowerment, people empowerment, and just uplifting other people. So Gabby is in the house with the bunnies and Vukan. So thank you, welcome. And so Tashreeka, I know for 17 years, as I mentioned. Now we've been friends. We started in a call center together for the business that I still work for. Then she left and she decided to venture on her own. But for those that don't know you, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Tashreeka, and I am the business owner of Tashs Pet Utopia. I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I am still blessed to have my parents in my life, and I'm a aunt, and very much about family and friends. And I've great circles of friends, people that's always been there to support me through the toughest times of my life, been through the good and the bad. So I'm very blessed in that sense. I'm enjoying what I'm currently doing. Never thought that I would leave the corporate world, but I'm not looking back.
Okay.
I'm happy. I say people always say never burn your bridges. So, you never know what the future holds. But at the moment, currently, I'm happy where I'm at. I love what I'm doing.
Okay. That's interesting. So we're not looking back, we're looking forward, maybe to just reflect a little bit and move forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those that are in the room, can you tell us about Tash's Pet Utopia? Where did it start? I gave in the promo video a little bit of what I saw in the store, and why did you choose? I want to know all about what was the process and where it started.
Yeah. Well, what I can say is that I didn't choose the business. I would say that the business chose me. We started basically, I would say about 10 years ago.
Okay.
And it was something that my late husband started. To something that he was completely passionate about. I mean, he always did cabinet making and spray work. And, one day he told me that he wanted to start a pet shop. And I knew it was something he was always passionate about. And I thought about it. I thought to myself, it's a scary thing to do. It's something that we've never had a business of our own.
Okay.
We've never ventured in this sort of thing yet. So it was scary. And I was obviously working in the financial industry at the time and doing my normal 9-to-5 job. And enjoyed what I was doing. So, I
Mm.
mean, at the end of the day, I just said to him, fine, if you want to, I mean, I'll support you with that. And, I'll see what I can do on my side to hold up the front. And you
Yeah.
just basically pump whatever you can back into the business. And we see where it takes us.
Okay.
And I always say, if you're passionate about what you do, you don't actually work a day in your life.
Yes.
And it was that.
Okay.
It was a hard journey for me, because obviously 5 years down the line he passed away tragically, and it was something that you always think to yourself, your life can change in a second, and people always tell you that, and you always hear people's stories, but you never think that that's actually going to happen to you.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened to us, and I thought to myself, what do I even do? Well, where do I go to from here?
Yeah.
It wasn't a easy journey, but I had a lot of love and support with it. The kids were very supportive. I had very supportive friends, family, parents especially. I mean, they were a huge role in my life at that particular time, and made things so much easier. The reason why he started the business at that particular time was his mom fell ill. She was sort of bedridden, so we needed the flexibility of. He sort of ran contracts where he had to, he had a huge staff under him, and he didn't have the flexibility of leaving and coming and going as he pleased. So that's the reason why we took that approach at that particular time.
Okay.
So that we are able to be there for her at the time. And yeah, I mean, we enjoyed it so much. I mean, I saw how the business started growing, and he absolutely loved being around people. And after you will never realize the impact that you have on people's lives until, I mean, with him being gone, because people don't actually say what you actually mean to them unless they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we find it very difficult sometimes. There are people that do it naturally, but I mean, a lot of people, and the impact that he had on people's lives, and what value he added, it was so amazing, and it was so nice. And I thought to myself, this is a legacy that I'm definitely not willing to lose, and I want to continue. And I thought, you can either be a survivor and say, look, I'm going to be. You can either play victim and say, look, I'm going to give up. I'm not going to go forward. This is too hard. There's no, where do I even start?
Yeah.
And once again, as I said, with having the people around me, and the support, just said, I mean, each day was different. And I mean, some days were, easier than others.
Yeah.
But we just lived for today, and we sort of carried on, and tomorrow was another day.
One day at a time.
And I sort of live my life in a sense that you're never given more than you can be. And with having that philosophy in life, I think it's got me through a lot of hardships and took us where we are today. Sometimes you think, because if the Almighty think that that you can get through this, who might even question? So we just go forward, and at the moment, so that is basically. And then I obviously continued and took over, and I mean, there was times I said that maybe I should sell, or not continue, but I mean, the thing is, we are where we are today. It's almost 5 years later, and we're still going strong, and we have a very loyal client base and family that we're basically serving at the moment. And I'm absolutely still loving it.
Okay. I remember that you used to say, like when we used to have our discussions at work, and you would say, Zia, I would have coffee and tea with the uncles that were coming to the store.
We had a huge coffee bowl.
Yes.
Huge coffee bowl.
So that's me.
And Dough Edberg, not even the cheap Rick coffee, it was Dough Edberg.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's all about the coffee.
And yes, it was all about the coffee.
All about the coffee.
To enjoy that thoroughly.
Yes.
Come home 9-10 o'clock at night, just that was him. That's what, I mean, that's how he made the business.
And isn't that about building relationships?
Yes, all about it, And I mean, I think that is the reason why we are what we are today. Because of all the love and, of him always building relations with people. He was like the PR. I mean, they used to just stand there and talk to people. That's all he did.
We'll do the shop, you do the PR. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I just want to acknowledge some more people that are in the room. So we have Kulsum Khan says, proud to be a friend sister. Terence Benjamin, is that your cousin?
Yeah, also my
Yes.
cousin. Kulthum is the lady that's with me in the shop.
Oh, wow.
So she's the
Awesome.
heart and soul of Pet Utopia.
Wow.
She's the face of Pet Utopia at the moment. Yeah.
Awesome. Warren,
Also cousin of mine.
that's our cuz, and
Yeah.
Terence says amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing, guys. Thank you so much. So this is the reason why I regard you as, I mean, our WhatsApp group is called Superwoman,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
and everybody has a unique story
Yeah.
about what they've been through and what they still going through maybe.
Yeah.
But one thing that I admire about you, Tash, is, and one thing you've taught me is about putting someone else before you.
Yeah.
You've taught me about that. I mean, even looking after your mom-in-law when she
Yeah.
was ill, you took
Yeah.
her in as your own, and
Yeah.
that was like, wow, like
Yeah.
you cared for her in such an amazing way.
Yeah.
And yeah, it taught me a lot. You've taught me through the way that you live your life so much.
Thanks. It's a good thing. I mean, that's all you want to do, is just if you can make someone and do impact on somebody else's life. I think that alone yourself is just such a reward.
Yes.
To know that you are able to do that for someone else.
True.
Even if it's just one person, you know, that if you can make someone else's life better, then
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
It's also similar to what I believe about the platform that I have.
Yes.
Is that if we can make a difference in one person
Yeah.
that's watching this video,
Yes.
then we've
No,
done
for
something
sure.
right.
Exactly.
I like
That's
that.
why it's amazing that you, and I hope you continue, and I just hope it grows and it gets better and YouTube starts
Thank
paying you.
It's bringing the money.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question that I have, so now you running the business.
Yeah.
10 years later, you joined the business 5 years after you started and established. How is it to be running your own business day to day? Like, walk us through a day in the life of Tashreeka.
Yeah. Look, it's the business. I have a very good and loyal team, and everybody knows what is expected and what needs to be done and what needs to get done. And without the team, I don't think a Pet Utopia can be what it is today.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, I'm very thankful for the people that I have with me, that's representing Pet Utopia. And for me, it's a well-run machine at the moment. You know, people are getting what they're used to. We take pride in what we do. We do a lot about quality. I always believe that at the end of the day, you know, you want to try and give the best, you know, even if it has to cost a bit more to get it. But at the end of the day, you don't want to ever, you know, let your quality ever go down. And keep to your promise. I always believe that, and take accountability. You know, the people come back to you and they expect the service, so you know you always have to give that. And I think also being in the industry that I cut, I mean, that is your bread and butter at the end of the day. So with you're nothing.
True.
I mean, you basically can't wait for the next one to come through the doors at the end of the day, that you're able to give them and satisfy their sort of needs. So it's hard to sometimes switch off. And sometimes you have to, you know, tell yourself, okay, like, you know, enough. But, you know, sometimes you lay awake for hours and think to yourself, planning and so forth, because it's a tough business. It's a tough industry to be in. But at the end of the day, once again, I love what I'm doing. It's basically, you know, you have good planning. It's very important, so that at the end of the day you have what your clients need, and listen to your clients. You know, a lot of times they are the people that know what you need in your business. And sometimes, you know, people don't do that. And I think
feedback from a client in the service industry, we have experience in quality and complaints. So we dealt with a lot of
all
that,
the time,
which was good. And now you're using it in your personal capacity.
Exactly. And that's why I said it's given me a lot of experience. And that's what helps me a lot, you know, on a daily basis. So, you know, how to work with people, and so even your suppliers, you know, sometimes you think that your clients, but your suppliers are just so important, you know, to always keep good relations with them, so that they're able to always, you know, give you the best, you know, because you know, respect goes both ways, and that you know, you always, that they're able to come on the time when they do. So you try and keep, a lot of times I said, you know, if you I'd like my order on a Monday. I always tell the guys, please let us have it on that day.
Yeah.
So that we don't, we make things difficult for them. They make things difficult for us. We don't want that. You know, we always want to keep good relations.
Yes. And that's good. It's also building relationships with people.
Yeah.
Before you continue, I just want to acknowledge your sisters in the
Yeah,
house.
I see.
Hi, Shanaz. Shanaz says, yes. What makes Tash so special is that she knows that it takes a tribe to be successful.
Yeah.
It's not a woman show. She is so grateful and appreciative to the peoples around her. Agree. So totally agree with you, Shanaz. And before that, she says, my sister's super proud, happy tears today. She's awesome. And I hope her story inspires women. This is what it's all about, making a difference. Thank you, Cindy. It's my pleasure, Shanaz. If I can uplift anybody, it's this woman, your friend, your sister, but my friend. And then Teden says, well said, cuz, and absolutely Shanaz, and a heart of gold, just
Thank
like
you,
a
guys.
jacket.
Yeah, you see why I have the jackets on today.
Yes, it's matching your heart. So I was in your store on Sunday, and I mean, I tried to do this during the month of August because in South Africa we celebrate Women's Month, right?
Yeah.
But just our schedules, we couldn't fit it in the month of August. But I'm so glad we kept it for now because I think now is the perfect time, and we get an opportunity to speak for a lot longer.
Yeah.
But being in your store, seeing the amount of clients that are there, you have specialized food that you are making for different birds.
Yeah.
And I don't want to speak about it because I'm an embarrassed myself. But I heard Montego.
Yeah.
Obviously, these brands that different animals, that are for different animals. So Pet Utopia is all about pet food.
Yeah.
You have Pigeon races that also purchase from you, and you have medication. So what sets you apart? I know this is not on my question list, but what sets your store apart from others?
Well, my thing is that we've the specialized mixes, which is something that anyone can walk in, and there is a lot of pigeon fancies that comes to us from far. I mean, I have people coming from Atlantis, Friedenberg, Malmesbury, PE, people that order from us that send trucks out and come and fetch food.
What is a pigeon fancy? Sorry.
A pigeon fancy, there's guys that does pigeon racing 5 months of the year. Basically it's a sport throughout the year because you do breeding, you do off season, and then you do the racing.
I didn't know this. So if you knew,
so they like athletes. I mean, they do like 1,000 kilometers races. They do, so most of the races is quite. So basically it's an art.
Okay.
You have to know what to feed them, and what medicines. And I mean, there are people that there are people that is absolutely brilliant fancies that win every week, but then you get the person that never wins. That just out of a blue just comes and he wins, and that is what's so nice because you don't know. You know what I mean? It's such a sport where you think to yourself like some people say, oh, I just give up, I'm tired of clapping for other people. And I said, don't give up, man. You never know. Just carry on. You never know. And then next week guy come and said, I actually won. And they were like, then we're all clapping for them. And because I mean it's such an achievement. I just think it's such a sport. I mean, you actually send a bird out 1,000 kilometers away, and he must come to your house.
How do they know?
How do they even know? They train them. So that's what I'm saying. It's such an art. It's absolutely brilliant. And I'm so fascinated with the sport. So we basically, there's people that want specialized. There's some people that learn from uncles of generations or before that will basically tell them to mix this, and it's the right amount of carbs and the right amount of energy and the right amount of protein and so forth that goes into this mix, and they ask you to do that. And that is what we basically do. We have our own mixes, but then there's also people that ask for specific for their specific needs, which we gladly do, and they'll order the upfront. So they have, I mean, and then obviously we also cater for other animals like hamsters, rabbits, dogs, cats, and so forth. Fish as well, that we do sell. A lot of people don't even know we have livestock at the back, because a lot of them just come to the front of the store when they do. A lot of people has given me a bit of feedback with regards to that I need to put up more signage in the shop to say that there's actually live there, only because they hear the birds sometimes. That's why they go there. So that is something I need to look through for this particular year and see how that goes. So just to better the store, I mean, that's all we want. Yeah.
For me, that's like so amazing. So I did on my channel, I spoke about meal prep
Yeah.
for us as
Yes.
people.
Yes.
But you basically doing
Yeah.
meal prep for animals, for the
Yes.
pigeons, so
Yeah.
that they can be at their peak performance
Yeah.
when they're
coming home.
competing.
Because I mean, they sort of, a lot of times they prep on like on a Sunday or Monday, or the whole week is a prep. So some,
Yeah.
sometimes some people just get clean water. Some people prep, and the one day they will treat this like a canker, and some one day they'll treat malaria, and one day they will treat
Wow.
coccidiosis, and so it's a lot of
Ah.
things, and some for respiratory, because obviously their breathing has to be right,
Mm.
to be able to do these long races.
Wow.
So yeah, it's basically also. I mean, at the end of the day, like the dogs, also some people need to prep for shows, then they want the coats to be at the best. So you have to offer, the oils with omega-3, 6, and 9. They have to have the right amount of B12 to, and so they have to look their best.
Yes.
They have to have the right shampoos, and
yeah.
they can bring up the color of the
Yes.
dog, and all of that. The eyes need to be shining bright. So there's a lot of things that, a lot of people are doing. There's people that obviously, these breeders that, send their dogs, and I mean, so it's also their sport.
Yes.
So you sort of try and cater for everybody.
It's
it's not always the easiest thing to do, because you have so many people asking you so many things, and you just try and cater and see that you are able to satisfy everybody's needs. But yeah.
That's interesting. Like, I remember with Buster, there was specific food that we wanted to have, like for his coat to look amazing, so that his hair doesn't fall out, and he has a nice coat. I mean, as a Cocker Spaniel, he had this amazing coat, but the food was so important.
Yes,
I mean, even just for normal people that have pets. I mean, I know Gianna has cats, and she's always purchasing from you, but I mean, it doesn't always have to be competitors, right? So it's normal people that have pets at home that can purchase food from you as well.
Sure.
Okay.
For sure.
I just want to acknowledge our friend Fatima is in the house. She says, "What's up?" Tash is beautiful inside and out, stronger than she lets on. And no matter what, she's humble above all else. My beautiful friend.
Oh, thank you.
Zahin in the house. What's up, Tashi? Hello, Zaza. Thank you for joining. Okay. Somebody else. Super proud of you.
Traffic. But yeah,
you must the SLA.
No, that's all.
Keeping the
SLA.
So
SLA now, but I mean, I don't, because I mean, there's a lot of people that you have to answer to if you don't. But I mean, it was all about planning, and sort of I always try to make sure that I don't ever go out of that. I don't miss that 10 calls in the queue.
Yeah, now you have your own SLA because there's clients in the queue.
Now I'm shouting at people. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. The worker is now the boss, but still the worker. No?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you believe it's already 24 minutes past 7?
Yeah, time has gone.
Time has gone very fast. So there's someone that's watching either live right now, or there's someone that's going to be watching, because YouTube is an international platform, and someone's going to stumble onto this video who might have a passion for, or might have a dream of wanting to start a business, or might have always thought about starting a business of their own. What advice would you give an aspiring entrepreneur? What is important for people to know that want to start a business, or start their own?
I would say motivation is a good thing, but that is a very small part. I think we have to be very disciplined.
Okay.
You can very easily get into slug and just expect things to happen. You have to continuously keep up with the times. You have to continuously do research. You have to continuously seek knowledge, because things are always changing. There's always someone coming up with something better, and than yours. So at the end of the day, you always have to make sure that you and I just think that a lot of times we're scared, and we worry, and it's fear, and think to yourself, we can't do it. And I just think that if you have the discipline, and if you are hardworking, and you are able to set a goal and say, this is what I'm going to do, and you make the decision and you own that decision, you'll be able to get through it because it's a different type of drive you have. If it's for yourself, but as I said, for me to get up 2 o'clock in the morning and do an order or pay somebody or do admin, it's nothing. I don't think about it. I always think about, my one friend who says when he watches Sunday Night Carte Blanche and he's already dreading because the week is starting.
Yeah.
I haven't felt like that in years.
They call that Shmonday.
Yes, man.
Because it's Sunday going into Monday.
Yeah. So I haven't felt that in years.
Okay.
Any days, it doesn't matter what day it is. I just know I'm there ready to face the next day and so forth. And I just think that you have a different drive if it's for yourself, and it's rewarding.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's so rewarding. So you will definitely be happy if you look. I mean, not everybody. Look, sometimes it doesn't work out, but at least you tried.
Yes.
At least you said, I went for it. I did it, and I can move on.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, try something better. But I just believe that sometimes we underestimate ourselves.
Yeah.
And we let fear hold us a lot back.
True.
So yeah.
Done is better than perfect. That's what I've also heard.
Yes.
You can say that you've done. I mean, you're 10 years in this industry and 5 years you're running the business on your own.
Yeah.
And you're doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say,
even if you tell me 15 years ago, I'd said, no, that's not happening.
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, yes.
Okay.
Done is better than perfect.
Done is better than perfect. So let me just acknowledge who's saying. Jihan is saying, oh, Suma mentioned, of course, my friend, of course. Me and my kitties love you long time, ladies. We love you too, and we're doing the thing. So Jihan and I were sitting close to each other today. We also miss you. And I think that's one of the good things about working with friends that were colleagues became friends, and now we're like family.
Yeah, yes.
And Gabby says, you're so knowledgeable. I love it. And are there a lot of bunny customers? She's just curious because she's a bunny mom. She has 2.
Oh, okay.
And when we speak to each other every day, and she will say that the bunnies food is expensive in Vienna.
Yes.
And so you have a lot of bunnies.
Yes, we do, yeah. Okay. Especially for food. And obviously when we do get rabbits, I mean, when we sell, people come back for the food.
Okay.
And obviously the litter and all of those sort of things, the maintenance that goes with having the rabbit. Yes, we do.
Okay. Gabby, it's time to move back to South Africa so you can come and check out Pet Utopia. Nadine says, so proud of you, Tasha, and interesting to learn more about your business. May your business continue to grow from strength to strength.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Nadine.
Chian says, so proud of you, ladies. Awesome advice, Tash. And Nadine says again, and Terence is showing strong arms. Nadine says, love that. Cindy, done is better than perfect. Yeah. It's a stolen quote. I won't claim it for myself, but I heard it. So just for fun, so the people get to know you a little bit better. Just in terms of music, I'm going to ask you a few rapid questions. You must say this one or that one. Okay. So between Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, definitely.
Taylor Swift, okay. Demi Lovato or Selena Gomez?
Selena,
okay. I don't know this other group, but BTS and EXO.
I don't know.
I know BTS is the.
It's like old.
Oh yeah. Lady Gaga or Katy Perry?
Katy Perry.
Okay. Dua Lipa or Ariana Grande?
Ariana.
And Jennifer Lopez or Beyonce? That's a tough one, eh?
It's a tough one. But I would say Jennifer.
Yeah. She's just effortless. Okay. So we've had fun, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for all the comments.
But before you go, where can people find you on the socials?
On socials, we have a Facebook page. It's called Pet Utopia. On Insta, we have called Tasha Pet Utopia.
Okay.
And then we have a TikTok page as well. Also under Pet Utopia. And we've also got a cell number where you can WhatsApp orders if you want to ask anything.
Okay.
That's obviously during the hours that we are there, which is the 082 462 3171. We in Crawford, off Thornton Road.
Okay, awesome. Is it Massey?
Well, it's actually Thornton Road, but it's on the corner of Massey and
Massey
Thornton
and Thornton.
Road. Yeah.
Okay, I know
Yeah.
because my auntie and uncle live down Massey Avenue.
Yeah, hectic with schedule with kids and all of that sort of thing. So I really appreciate your time and the platform you've given people.
It's my pleasure. I hope that
Thank you,
someone gets
guys.
encouraged by this. And
Yeah.
go to Pet Utopia. You need dog food or cat
Thank
food
you.
or birds, fish.
Yeah.
This is the lady you need to speak to.
Thank
Bye,
you,
guys. Have a good
Bye.
evening.
Bye.